words could say. I follow you, Lord, for all my days. Fix my eyes, follow in your ways. Forever free in unending grace. 'Cause you are my freedom. We lift you higher, lift you higher. Your love never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are alive in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. Oh, oh, oh. In the midst of the darkest night, let your love be the shining light, breaking chains that were holding me. You sent your son down to set me free. Everything of this world will fade. I'm pressing on till I see your face. I will live that your will be done. I won't stop till your kingdom come. 'Cause you are my freedom. We lift you higher, lift you higher. Your love never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are alive in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. Oh, oh, oh. You are my freedom. We lift you higher. You are my freedom. We lift you higher, lift you higher. Your love never ending. Oh, oh, oh. You are alive in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. You are alive in us. Nothing can take your place. You are all we need. Your love has set us free. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
One of the ways God used me this week was I had to do one of the object lessons for the VBS that they had at one of the community centers, and I don't really like talking in front of a lot of people, so I just felt like God helped me through it, and it ended up pretty well. One of the highlights of my trip was seeing the kids when you first walked into the room. They're so starved for attention, and they just love you so much that they would scream and like run towards you, and you'd pick them up and they'd hug you, and it was just kind of cool to see how much they love you and how much we love them.
Hanging out with kids, like getting to know a bunch of these kids was really cool. I mean, I'm not used to talking to little kids as much as like kids my age, so it was a lot harder for me to do that.
Alright, well, I saw God use me this week with all the little kids and helping them understand and comprehend. Like, when I was reading stories, I tried to like emphasize the more important things, and I was really happy to see that they actually got that. Because with little kids, you know, you have to get their attention. I would have to say my highlight was just seeing them every day, seeing how happy they were to see us. Like, their faces would just like light up an entire room with their smile. Their laughs would just make you like want to laugh with them, and it was just the greatest time of my life.
I felt God used me this week by being able to connect with the kids and help them through their problems they had that I could relate to. And I felt God stretch me in my their shyness to be more open and to be able to pray out loud and talk out loud.
One of the ways that God stretched me this week was through the patience, because the kids, they never really listened to you and they all wanted to do something different with you at the same time, so it was really hard to do that. And then another way is because explaining the Bible to kids who have never heard it before, that was just really hard. And then the highlight of my week was also seeing the kids every day and just seeing them so excited to, when we pulled up, just them so excited to see us again, they were just really, really excited.
So a way I was stretched this week was just taking care of the kids and being with them and listening to their stories, even if they said it 5 times, and being patient with them and letting them touch me or give me a hug and not pushing them away and stuff. But also the highlight of the trip was seeing how they grew from the beginning of the week to the end and just the progress they made even in such a small amount of time.
So the way that I feel that God used me was through the Bible stories that we were sharing with the children, and just seeing their reactions to these stories that we've grown up listening to, and seeing how excited and how they wanted to learn more about these stories. How I was stretched, just sharing my faith and sharing my testimony with them, because that's something unusual for me to do, I guess. And my highlight of the trip was just seeing how much joy that we bring them, and just letting them, sit on our laps or chase them around the park or read them stories.
Alright, so one way God stretched me a lot on this trip was my patience, because the kids were so starved for attention that you just had to constantly be giving it to them. And with 5 kids in your group, trying to give them all attention at the same time is kind of impossible. So it was kind of interesting to see them running around trying to get attention and then having to get them to listen to you and the skit and the stories that we were learning. And so that was one huge stretch for me. And my highlight was watching the kids really learn a lot about the Bible and about how Jesus saved us, and that they actually cared even though they didn't really seem to, because they're always running around and not really listening.
The way I was stretched this week was I was really tested with patience, having all the kids run to you and just want your attention all the time. It was really a stretch for me just to be patient and to remind myself that we're here to serve them and to show them God's love. And a highlight for me was just being able to see them every day, having them all around and just running to you, and just their unending love for you. Amen.